You look good, Dad. You're looking good, sharp. So we want to answer your questions. Okay, Dad. So welcome to the first live here.
Perfect.
Now, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good because the fact that, we're in a lockdown situation, even though you have to do the same thing every day, at least I'm very focused with my eating, my diet, my consistency when it comes to training, and getting much sleep as I can sleep, enjoying the fresh air, and then enjoying my friendship with people online. Fortunately, we have online because we didn't have iPhones or computers now. It'd be really devastating, especially being in lockdown. There'll be a very small amount of communication.
Has at any time in your life, have you had a hard time like this, like where you had to reset your mentality and not be depressed or negative when you couldn't control what was going on in the world?
Yeah, I had to train for the competition back then. I was on a meat and water diet, and I couldn't have any parties. I couldn't have any relief. I had a diet very severely, so for like 6 to 8 weeks. It's almost like now. It's like being a prisoner. But there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, knowing that I came out victorious. We're going to come out victorious. They're going to pass. We all need to be very careful because the fact that, it's all over the world, but you take precautions. But at the same time, don't you live in fear. You can't live in fear.
You can't live in fear.
No.
So how's your training been because I know that I've been on, so I have knee issues. So what would you say? I've been trying to do the bike, but people that don't have stationary bikes in their homes and they can't walk, like I can't walk very well, or don't have a pool, what would you say to those people?
I would say to those people that if you can walk, try and walk a small amount, or maybe you could do a stationary bike. You could go buy a bike online, stationary bike. If you get a pool, that'd be great. If you don't have a pool, then I think that's always something you could do. You could walk into place. You can get, as a matter of fact, one of those regular bicycles, and you can get the attachment where you can ride the bicycle on this, like a training wheel, stationary, to burn calories. There's no excuse because I've had both knees and both hips replaced. I can't run. But I do cardio. I use the arc trainer. Sometimes I use an elliptical trainer. And I walk to a certain limit. But the thing is, I make sure that at least you have 30 minutes of cardio. Also, you could skip rope. There's so many things you can do.
See, I've been trying to eat better because what would you say, 70% or 80% is eating?
I think diet's like 70%.
It's a lot. And we talk about in the book, The Reset Plan in our show, is that you can't work out a bad diet. Like you can't have a great workout and then eat like crap and think that your body's going to be where you want it to be.
Well, it's like having a Rolls Royce and you put very cheap gas into the car. You got to treat your body like a fine instrument. Mm-hmm. And it's important how you eat because you want to eat sparingly, like 3 or 4 times a day, because if you don't eat protein every meal, if you don't eat like natural food, it affects your mentality, and you're not going to have the urge you want to work out. Diet, rest, and training. 3 secrets: eat good, sleep good, and train good.
I also think this is a time to sit with yourself and think about what you want. You can't control what's going on right now, but you can think about the people and the things that you want to do moving forward and make a list every day and say, this doesn't make me happy, but these people do make me happy. And then spend more time with them as we get out of this quarantine. I think it's important to really sit down with yourself because all the time, right, Dad, people are like, I'm busy. I can't do this. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to sit and think about, the future. And this is the time, wouldn't you say?
Well, it's a good question because it'd be easy to get into a pitfall knowing that you feel sorry for yourself, looking at pictures of yourself when you were young. I think about the good time, but the thing is, we are on good time now. Just don't feel sorry for yourself. So just keep busy, be active. Because the more you let your mind wander, the more worrying doesn't change anything. Worrying only makes you feel worse about yourself. It's all about changing your way of thinking, knowing that, you have your health. I mean, if people get sick and get the virus, they will make it through because the best advice I could give is the immune system. Because if you keep the immune system strong, get plenty of sleep, that would be a safeguard issue because there's no reason for not to live in fear, worrying about where you go because just wear the mask, wear the gloves, keep your social distance, which what we have to do now. But the point is just don't sit home and hide and live in fear.
And get ready for us because, hi, Hillary. Do you have a question for us or EM King? get ready for us, because once this quarantine is over, you better have your houses ready and your mind set, because we are going all across America helping reset people's lifestyles. So also check the oil. I know Mom's really big into no canola oil. They say that they clean cars with canola oil. So some mechanic told her that. So make sure you go through your pantries during this time and see what's in your food. Palm oil, they're killing the little orangutans. Canola oil, try to stick with natural oils like coconut, vegetable, olive oil. Those are really good ingredients, because you don't know how that's how that's processing through your body. And try to stick with stuff that's less than 5 ingredients per package. That would be a great tip to start with. So, hi, Lessard. Does anybody have any questions for us? Okay, so Dad, how much sun have you been getting? What happens when there is no sun outside? What do you usually do? Take supplements, or what do you?
I take supplements. There's no sun outside. If I have to stay inside, if it's raining, I find something to do around the house. For example, what I'm gonna do later on today, I'm gonna go in my closet and do some spring cleaning, because there's some clothes that sometimes you're outdated, sometimes you have shoes outdated, sometimes you have things you accumulate, you collect in the garage. You want to go through everything, because the biggest mistake you have, you go to the store and buy something that you already have 2 or 3 home of the same items that you don't know about.
Right. Yeah. And then also what we talk about with the reset plan, if there's any home projects, like if there's something broken that you want to get fixed, that you can go and fix yourself. Like if there's a pot that broke, glue it together, little things, and then make lists, and then cross off the list that you have accomplished, because then it'll make you feel good.
Like for example, you could get a pad and put on the top, say thing to do today, and make a list. Because I've had people, friends of mine, they say, well, I'll have everything up here, the list, and they end up forgetting 90%. But write down the day before the things you have to do, and also the workouts you want to do. This way, in the morning when you wake up, you have something to look forward to, than just laying around and wander in the darkness. Decide what you're going to do with your life. Plan ahead. Focus.
Agreed. Albert has a great question. He needs a boost of energy, and he's 56, trying to get back from ACL surgery. Man, why, Albert? I know what that's like. So,
well, ACL, it's very painful, but once you get through it, a boost of energy, I think you can't go wrong with a good cup of coffee. If you like coffee, drink tea, because sometimes caffeine, like in the morning, give you a boost of energy. Also, they have different supplements, but I'd rather just stick with the natural coffee, and also go in the mind.
When I tore my ACL, it took a long time and it was a hard road, but I would document every single day how much better I was getting, whether it's video or just writing it down, doing, once you do the rehab work, eventually you will feel better, because you're going to give it back to your body.
I remember when I came in the room, you had that machine, the ACL, you were so much
Albert, do you have that? You never tore your ACL before, right?
No, I had meniscus surgery, but don't get me wrong. I'd rather have an ACL than have knees replaced.
Yeah, he's had 2 hips and 2
I had
knees.
both knees replaced the same day. I was in bed for 4 weeks. I had to learn how to walk again. And let me tell you, the first week was one of the most painful experiences of my life.
I remember. They made you get right back up, right, to walk?
Yeah, the way most people don't know that when you have a knee replaced, they turned me over, flattened my stomach. The next day, they took my ankles, they bent it to 90 degrees.
Oh, my God.
I thought I was going to go to St. Pierre. Hey, God, open the gate. Let me get in. I'm leaving this earth.
Oh, my God. Vinny, can you recommend books to read for recreation? I say I like energy, but I like my book, The Reset Plan. Check it out. Amazon and FerrignoFit.com. That's a good one. I also like The Power of Now. That's a really great book that you can try to do some self-help books that really make you focus on moving forward and feeling, slowing down right now. And is there any books that you've enjoyed
I like
reading?
to read autobiographies of the great people, the great leaders, that what they do to accomplish. You got to remember one thing: nobody came from, not accomplished anything. They were young, and everybody had the vision. Some people have that born leadership. Some people have the drive to do different things. But it's amazing when I read different autobiographies, you should see the hardship they've gone through. And any leaders today, so they really didn't have luck when they were young. They're all self-made. There's nothing better in life when you're a self-made person, because that makes you feel successful, because there's so many people that were born on a silver spoon. They get money from the family. They claim that they're a great entrepreneur, executive. That's great, but the point is, inside they feel they're not self-made, because you never want to be self-made using other people's money. Self-made for yourself, for your own passion.
I remember I've had a job since I was 15, and when I got that first check, it was the best feeling in the world because I'm like, I've earned that check, you know? Because what was your first job?
My first job, I was a machinist, a name sewing machine downtown New York. Now, don't get me wrong, I came from a different family, different relationship. When I came home, my first check, my father took the money because he lost money in the stock market. And I wanted to go to the bank to cash the check.
Sucks.
My father said to my mother, he wanted to have the thrill of cashing the check.
Yeah.
So I couldn't have my own money until I was like 21 when I moved out of my house because I had a very strong, domineering father. But you know, when you think about the positive, I took what I got from him, the work ethic. All the other negative stuff, I forgave him because some people have great parents. Sometimes you have mean parents, sometimes parents out of divorce. You can't change your parents, but you have a very negative parents. They're like extreme naysayers. I would just say spend a minimum amount of time away from them. Don't carry their pain. Carry your own pain to be successful. Because for a long time, I carried my father's own pain because my father always said, if you had your healing, you'd be here, you'd be this, you'd be this, and be that. He wanted to do that. But all the different things he said I couldn't become, I've become. Because it's all about focusing on yourself and your own passion.
It's amazing. That's some great piece of chunk of advice right there. Always positive, Dad. I love it. Now, this is a good one. John wants to know if somebody has a lot of weight to lose, should they focus on cardio or weights first, or a bit of both? What would you say? I've got
I
my
would
thoughts on
recommend you
this.
do cardio at least 30, 40 minutes, build up to it. And also cut back on your food intake just a little bit because you don't want to go on a crash diet because you'll gain the weight back. But you want to burn the fat. Also exercise, feed the muscle with the protein. So this way, when you lose the fat, you still retain the muscle. And do it slowly because if you lose on the average, maybe 1 or 2 pounds a week is fantastic.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to hit what you call like a plateau when you're not going to lose weight for a couple of weeks. Don't panic. But it's all about eating a little bit less and doing cardio. You got to be consistent. You can't do cardio on Saturday, Sunday, and then expect the rest of the week. And just not doing cardio is not going to work.
We just released a video. Every Friday is Ferrigno FIT Friday, and we release a video on here. We just started talking about plateaus on the video we just released. And so I think start to do cardio, and then you should incorporate weights a few weeks in, or even light weights, so that you don't hit that plateau like you were saying, right?
Yeah, but the most important thing, keep doing the cardio because so many people lose weight without working out. They just eat less and less food. And then you can see these people, and then suddenly 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, they balloon up to like 300 pounds and they disappear.
Yeah.
They want to blame everybody else because they can't blame themselves. The fact that they went off their diet, because I know some women that gained a lot of weight. They try to lose weight. They go on this severe diet, especially getting ready for an occasion. Then suddenly they gain the weight back and they want to find an excuse saying that, well, I got a virus, I got sick, I got this, and my knee hurt. I mean, there's no excuse. It's all about being focused. And the thing is, when you lose weight, you have to lose weight properly, burning the fat, but not starving yourself.
Exactly. And then when you start working out again for the first time, they say that you hold on to water for at least 6 weeks because the muscles, as they grow, they need to be filled up. Is that true? And then after 6 weeks, the water weight starts to fall off?
It can happen. That's why the important thing is don't go by the scale.
Yes.
See how you look in the mirror, because you can't go by the scale because first of all, if you work out, you may start building muscle and you may burn the fat, but it doesn't mean that if, say for example, you lose 5 pounds, but maybe just water fat. But the thing is, if you work out, some people feel like they lost 15 pounds, but the thing is, they don't exercise. That's just excessive weight, and you'll gain the weight back. That's why the mirror and the tape measure is the most important thing. Is not the scale.
Exactly. So Ferrigno FIT is focus, invest, take action. So we're going to keep coming on here. We can't wait for this to be over for everybody. Hope you guys are staying healthy because we are going to go across America and help people. If you have not seen the episode where Dad and I go in and reset Yael's life, then you got to check it out. Dad's the funny one. He's like, stop putting the food in your mouth. And I come from more of the mindset place of how are you feeling? And I'm a lot softer than Dad can be. So we have one more question. Oh, okay. Here's a Hulk question. And then we'll sign it off with that. Why did they have to kill the Hulk in the Death of the Incredible Hulk?
Well, the plan was we were going to come back and call the Revenge of the Hulk. Because the idea to have the Death of the Hulk, I hated the title because it put a jinx on one of us, me and Bill Bixby. But unfortunately, after the Death of the Hulk, Bill got prostate cancer and took his life. But we're going to come back with the Revenge of the Hulk, where they find one cell and they bring him to life. And you see the Hulk having David Banner's brain, knowing that it's more human than just being a creature. We were looking forward to it. But But the bad luck is that Bill got sick because we were filming in Vancouver. And what's funny till today, that's why I don't care how many Hulk movies they make, Disney, Marvel, there's nothing like the original series because the original Hulk was authentic, organic. And, you know, it's a classic by itself. I'm glad I had a chance to spend 5 years to do the show because, you know, still today, I mean, you enjoy watching every episode, but there's always a message about life.
Awesome. So thank you guys for watching. We will be back soon. If you have any questions, keep us posted and keep watching our YouTube channel and stay subscribed. Bye, everybody. Be safe. See you soon. See?